Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. We are the Mile High Property Brothers today. Super fun one, super down one. We're getting down today, and we'll be talking about downtown and the 5 things you must know before moving there.
Let's check it out, guys. What's up, guys? I'm Eli Schmidt. This is my partner, Will Grimes, and if it's your first time checking out the channel, welcome. While you're here, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell, because we're dropping a new one of these every Tuesday and every Thursday, telling you everything there is to know about not only living in, but moving to the entire Denver, Colorado area. 100%.
And we're licensed brokers here in the state of Colorado, which means just as much as we love making these videos, we would love more to help you with those real estate needs. So that number that's popping up below. We are the guys who answer the phone calls, text messages, and those emails. Right. It's just something we can do. We would love to. But with that being said, let's talk about it. Let's get down. Let's have that conversation. Downtown, 5 things you must know. Man, is it good? Is it bad? Is it not for you? Is it for you? I'm getting redundant. I'm making you guys fast forward 10 seconds to right now. Let's get into it. Is it for you?
All right, guys, now this video is going to be specific to straight up downtown.
Downtown, just listen to the music, not the traffic in the city.
Denver.
Right.
Now, Denver is a lot bigger than just their little downtown area. And for how big, Denver is, or how notable it is, at least on the map in terms of, New York, LA, Chicago, these other big cities, downtown Denver is actually pretty small.
Correct. Definitely smaller than you might think as far as like big cities, Chicago, Dallas, Dallas, Fort Worth, whatever it may be. But it is still like big enough where you can live down there.
You can have some fun.
You can definitely have fun. I'll say this, my first tip, maybe he didn't even know this. So
let's hear it.
Be prepared to go outside of downtown. We've had a lot of clients that have moved here that are literally from the heart of Chicago. They didn't have a car.
Yep.
They didn't need a car. I don't even know if they left just the inner downtown limits of Chicago. Is so big, there's so much there. That's where they were at. But there's so much to experience in Colorado as far as like the mountains, going down south to Telluride, Red Rock areas, Red Rock's amphitheater. The list goes on. And to experience all of Colorado, like, we're not really known for our downtown. Downtown's amazing, but if you really want to be out here and enjoy the experience, again, be prepared to leave the downtown limits and go out and have some fun.
Agree. So let's talk about the types of homes that you're going to find down there.
I feel like, guys, do I look okay? I feel like it's so shady.
All right, leave a comment below if you think there's too many shadows on our face.
I'm definitely not cool enough to be Eli.
There you are. That looks good.
I feel like,
I like that.
Hey bros, what's up? I'm here to sell you a house.
I like that.
Can't do that.
Sound exactly like me.
Things changed a little bit since high school.
Types of homes that you're going to find down there, not a whole lot of single family homes, and by not a lot of, I mean none. You're going to find condos, you're going to find townhomes, primarily condos in downtown. And then downtown itself, we do have a few notable like high-rise condo facilities. Like you've got Glass House, you've got Four Seasons, which is not just a hotel. They actually do have condos.
I think it's like the 12th or 13th floor and higher, you've actually got private residence there.
But there's a few notable high-rises in Colorado, not any what I would consider like skyscrapers like you would have in some of these other big cities.
But they are amazing, and like you do get an amazing skyline here as far as like just the front range. You can see all the way down to Pikes Peak. You've got all that city area. You've got 16th Street Mall that's right there that you can see down below. I think people might have more fun than those with like your condos that are in like historic buildings where they're like red brick and like on the inside you can see like the refurbished, exposed like air conditioning systems and ventilation, but it's mixed in with the red brick. It's operable. They're remodeled. They're awesome, but like they kept that historic, nostalgic piece of Denver. You get a lot out by Union Station. There's a couple streets directly right there.
Area, they'll have a lot.
Like really cool, and I think people enjoy more of that than Four Seasons. Not that the other ones aren't great, I just don't think they're talked about as much compared to like historic Denver.
The trade-off is the amenities. That's the big trade-off. If you go to Glass House, you're gonna have concierge services, you're gonna have dog walking, you're gonna have places to take your dog out, you're gonna have pools, hot tubs, fence spaces, a lot of shared community amenities versus a lot of these other places places that are old warehouses and stuff that have been converted into lofts, you're gonna have almost no amenities.
But au contraire, the price point's probably a little bit different as
There we
far
go.
as like
Yep.
HOA that's involved
Yep,
with being
very
there. It just boils down to like, what are you looking for? What do you want? And a lot of those historical buildings, because they're historic, they've been there for a long time, they tend to be way more central Denver. Like you're getting right by Union Station, you're getting right by Coors Field.
Yeah,
a lot of great
true.
locations. So depending on the field and what you're looking for, like really cool options. But man, turn those stones, take a look at it.
Now let's talk parking, because this is a big factor about the convenience, of living
Parking.
downtown. You know, Denver is all going to be either street parking or metered parking or paid parking lot. Now, when you're buying a condo or townhome, you're gonna want to make sure that you get a deeded parking space along with the condo that you're purchasing.
Correct. And the Four Seasons, Glass House, a lot of those areas, like a lot of those buildings, they do have parking underground.
Yep.
So like you do, or you can purchase a parking spot or two
Yep.
parking spots with your unit. Some of those historical buildings, you might be subject to just parking lots and street parking because there is no underground parking on some of those buildings. They're older. They didn't really have that back in those days. So again, like, is the juice worth the squeeze? Take a look at it. But they also might rent parking lots. Like, and this is also known where those buildings can rent or own a portion of a parking lot, even though it's for the public. It's dedicated to you, and then you can still pay for it. As far as like you owning it, probably not, but it'll be dedicated for you to at least lease that for your property.
As far as price points for these condos, you're starting to see a lot of them pop up around the 600 to 700, 750s, getting pretty decent there for these nice higher rise developments with these amenities that he's talking about. And then as far as HOAs go, it's going to vary a ton building to building. You may see actually some of the lower priced condos have higher HOAs because the building is just
It's screaming. The building is screaming like it's got an old boiler that sounds like that, and it needs to be replaced. So sometimes like they do have increases just for overall maintenance of buildings. And I will say this too, not to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Take a look at photos when you guys are coming through it. Take a look at like what's included, because a lot of times some of them still have like public laundromat on like the 4th floor. It's like shared
laundry,
laundry versus you having it in your unit. A lot of those are primarily like, I don't want to say a lot of them, but like there are some that are just for rent. A lot of that's with like apartment living, but some of the buildings do still have that. Make sure that the laundry is included with your unit if that's something that's important for you.
Yes, and balancing the purchase price with HOA is very important, because you may find that by increasing purchase price, you're saving a ton on HOA, which your mortgage payment actually ends up being the same as if you had a smaller, less expensive unit with a higher HOA.
Right, and the big reason for this, guys, not to insult your intelligence, but when you guys are looking at purchase price, that's divided over a 30-year fixed, or you've got some 10-year ARM, whatever you guys are structuring, it's divided over a long period of time. HOA has to be paid every year, and then they divide that for the year, or it's just, again, you can see it. So they'll either say quarterly payment, annual payment, or monthly payment. The bottom line is it's not divided by 30 years. It's divided by 12 months, which means, if you got to pay $400 a month for your HOA, $600 a month for HOA,
it's not going to your equity.
Do you know how much more price point you could get for $600 on a 30-year loan? 50 grand, 75
and it's going
grand
to your equity.
100%.
Yeah. Now let's talk day-to-day life.
See how I clap, so I got him
today.
clapping?
Clap on, clap off.
If you've got the clapper in your house right now, your lights are probably going crazy.
If you got the clapper and you can prove it and you're buying a house, I'm buying your home warranty, because that's freaking awesome.
I know, that is pretty good.
It is pretty
good.
cool.
You're probably ready to downsize and move out to one of these nice condos that we're talking about. You have to take care of the lawn and stuff. But let's talk day-to-day living in downtown. 10 years ago, this was not the easiest. I lived downtown about 10 years ago, and there was...
Eli was in a rock band. That's why he lived downtown, because Eli was a drummer in a rock band. How freaking cool was that? And the band was pretty good. And Eli can drum us. I will say he's flat-footed, so I think like that gives him an advantage for a double bass. Like there's some platypus thing going on there. But either way, it made
contact with the pedal.
Made for brilliant playing. By the way, we have to we feel like you guys are family. We have a lot of fun with you guys who watch and subscribe and buy homes with us. It would be unfair to not solicit why he lived downtown, because he's a badass mofo who played the drums and didn't,
with my flat feet.
Live by the law?
I like that. I like that. I'll take it. I'll take it. 10 years ago when I lived downtown, there wasn't a nearby grocery store, there wasn't a nearby gas station. Day-to-day life, honestly, you had to travel a little bit for that. Now, however, you've got a Whole Foods right downtown near Union Station, which is a train station. You've got a King Soopers right downtown. You've got gas stations right downtown. You literally have everything that you need right downtown.
And not only that, just overall, just the eateries down there, just like your restaurants that you have access to downtown, whether it be Union Station or anywhere else. Like, you've also got a ton on Broadway. It's starting to get like a little bit outside of downtown if you're on like South Broadway, but we're talking 5 minutes. Amazing. And there's this other thing called DoorDash or like Uber Eats, which means if you're not looking for groceries, but you're looking for good food and you don't want to leave your property, DoorDash it. Uber Eats it, like, because of all those eateries around, they service that. So as far as like overall just livability, easeability of a lot of that stuff, day to day or fun, like way more comparable than when this rock star was down
That's true. You've got banks, you've got medical facilities. You truly do have everything that you would need in your day-to-day life right downtown. So that's correct. It's way better that way.
You've also got major sports. You've got the Denver Nuggets, you've got the Colorado Avalanche, you've got the Colorado Rockies, you've got the Denver Broncos. So you such close proximity to be down there, but they also do like fireworks at those stadiums for 4th of July, for other celebrations. So depending on where you live and what your view is, you could literally be watching fireworks every other Friday night when the Rockies are playing home games during the summer from your unit, right? So super cool, a lot of opportunity. They do a lot of New Year celebrations down there. They drop the ball on the clock tower on 16th Street Mall. Depending on your view, you don't have to go down there and scuffle with everyone. You can tip back some champagne in the luxury of your own place and enjoy that. So either way, just a lot of cool stuff. And that's where Denver is big enough where we say, hey, it's not Chicago, it's not Dallas, whatever, but it is big enough. We do have a ton of sports. We do have a ton of events like that where you can still have that ambiance and that feel of why you'd want to live down there in the first place.
Now, talking transportation before we wrap it up, talking in-town, downtown transportation, you're gonna have buses, obviously. You're gonna have the free mall ride, which goes on 16th Street Mall, which if you live within a couple blocks of that, like when I lived downtown, I lived within a couple blocks of 16th Street Mall, and I could use that to transport at least like the 10 blocks that it runs. That's free, that runs all day, that's easy. And then maybe something that's a little longer than a walk, but too short to do an Uber, you've got your little electric scooters downtown, which are littering the complete downtown area.
There's evidence of us riding that.
There is. We actually have it in our intro video.
Him riding it in our intro video. We don't have me riding it in intro video because I didn't fall. It wasn't the most comfortable thing for me to be on a scooter. I'm a little heavy. I'm a little big. I'm a little heavy for those. Last point, because that's mildly interesting at best. Last point, Colorado overall, our inclement weather, public service as far as plows, shovels, salting, it is great. When we have snow here during the winter, the ability for Colorado to have those roads plowed, have the sidewalks cleared for you to walk or drive wherever you're going, as far as like living there and you still have to get to work or commute to the mountains because you want to go skiing, whatever that may be, super great. So don't get overly concerned as far as like the winter season living downtown.
Yep, especially if you're remote working, like so many people downtown living are, especially with groceries being deliverable, you know, like everything you can get delivered. If you're planning on living and staying and doing most of your day-to-day life in downtown Denver, you honestly don't need a car. However, you're going to want a car because to explore the rest of Colorado, which is 90% of the reason people are moving here, you're gonna want a vehicle.
Last thing, if anybody, not Eli's mom or Eli's family.
Hi, Mom.
Mom, can find footage of this dude playing the drums in his rock and roll band.
Oh man!
I owe you like a $200 Starbucks card.
There's some out there,
or whatever you want to your liking. $200. You gotta find it. See if you can find it. We would love to have it, and I promise you, if you can find it, it's going on one of these videos. He's awesome.
Oh, no.
But look, gotta support it. Either way, what else I'd like to support are you guys.
That's right.
Doing your real estate stuff, handling your real estate needs, because yes, believe it or not, we are licensed brokers here in the state of Colorado, and yes, just as much as we love having fun and making these videos, we would love more to help you with those real estate needs. So that number that's popping back up below are the guys who answer the phone calls, text messages, and those emails. So if there's something we can do, I'd love to help you. Last thing, I feel like this is more piano. When you like texting, I feel like you could like drum.
No, I do texting like that.
Listen.
Phone call, text, email.
You have an important day to get after. You got family to have fun with. You don't need to be watching us anymore. Get out of here. Have a good time. And until next video, enjoy your week. We will see you guys very soon.
Later, guys.
Music video from that song, Downtown. Downtown, right?